Hey, what's going on, guys? Henry Kaminski here, the brand doctor, with another quick YouTube video for you. Today's topic is going to be how to create a great webinar to help you connect and resonate with your audience and generate more leads. What I want to do today is really break down one of my best lead generation webinars and give you all of the sort of the behind the scenes and inside scoop on what went into this webinar to make it such a great lead generator. But before we get into that, I want to share with you a quick little plug. If you are interested in working with somebody or getting mentored or coached by somebody that really knows a thing about personal branding and has over a decade of experience, I'm going to drop in the description below a link to set up an introductory consult call with me. And you and I can explore some possibilities that I can help you grow your business and build your personal brand and really make it that brand you're proud to promote. So with all that out of the way, let's dive in and share with you some of the secrets behind my great webinar funnel. So I am going to share screens and walk you through the elements of this great funnel. All right. Or I should say this webinar. So I'm going to just break it down in sections, right? So you definitely want to start out with the title, obviously, make it really easy. The name of this one is the quality of your brand will determine the quality of your clients. And then you want to start asking questions right away. So for example, why are you here? So I like to ask my audience, why did they sign up for this free training in the first place? I really want to start evoking their thought process. I really want to get 7 layers deep with them. And then what I want to do is I want them to sort of get into their backstory and what they actually believe in. And so in this section, I share with them my beliefs. And my belief is that I think purpose drives brand. People buy why you do what you do, not how or what, right? So I share with them my backstory. So I go into detail. That's me there when I was about 2. There's my mom and dad. And I went into that story on how they tried to, have a child for 16 years and were unsuccessful, and how that played such a role in my life and how that sort of set me off. And then how I almost died when I was 2. And how that story set me off and has really determined and really been the backbone of why I do what I do today. And so then I share with them, my story of my son. Oh my God, my son was only a couple days old there. You can see his eyes are still swollen. So I share with them my story and why I do what I do. And I just take them behind the scenes and I share with them how important my family is and why I do what I do. And then I start to go into my war story on how I got started. And so I start to just share a lot of the vulnerabilities that I went through as a business owner and how I got through them all. And I start to share some testimonials. So now this is an actual video of Russell Brunson. So now I start to add in the social proof, the credibility, and authority, right? So I don't need to play this for you. Again, I'm just outlining the elements or outline of a great webinar. So now I start to sprinkle in some credibility and authority here and why people should be listening to me. Why listen to me in the first place, right? So then I go into how I start to turn my business around after I almost lost it and went bankrupt, right? And then I also explained another belief. So I start to talk about these 3 beliefs, right? So now I get into my second belief, and now I start to talk about how quality attracts quality. And I start to say here, do you want to look like the used car salesman, the shady car salesman? Or do you want to look like a polished brand, like one of my clients? And so here I start to talk about case studies, and I really start to tell the case study, the backstory about my client and where he got started and how we helped him improve his branding. So I start to show some examples, and then here is a video of the website we designed and created for him. And now we just really start to demonstrate and showcase our expertise. Before and afters are phenomenal, phenomenal pieces of a webinar. So I say do a minimum of 3, because that's going to keep your webinar super tight and just keep it flowing, right? So here's case study number 1. Here's case study number 2. So I tell the backstory here. So for example, Brenly was getting paid $250 an hour. You know, she's 20 years in the game. She's got a tremendous amount of experience. And, you know, through some mindset coaching and through a rebrand, we were able to get her to level up all of her pricing. And now she works with less people, makes a ton more money. And then I show the before and after. So this was her website before she came to us. And then this is the website after she came to us and went through the Brand Accelerator program. So again, I'm showing multiple testimony here and showcasing my expertise. So we do case study 1, case study 2. I do case study 3. Again, another before and after. Just for the sake of time, I'll just speed through that one. But now I start to really, I get into teaching mode a little bit, okay? And then I start to explain positioning. So do you want to be seen as a replaceable, disposable commodity? And of course, they're going to be like, no. Well, then, do you want to be seen as a subject matter expert? Yeah. So now this is intriguing them to stay tuned, because I got some more insight for them. I got some more value for them. So you get what you tolerate. And now let's get focused. And now I start to explain how, you know, if you want to talk to thousands of different people that have thousands of different problems, be my guest. It's going to cost you a ton of time, money, and energy. But if you want to speak to one person like this individual, you're going to get really, really clear. And then I go in and I really start to teach them again, you know, how to position their brand, how to focus in on who their target audience in and how to connect with them. And here's where, you know, we start to bring in a little humor, and I start to explain how frustrating it is when people don't do the legwork that they should be doing. So the brand who frames the problem best has the best chances of winning the business. So again, I'm teaching them how to market the problem and then offer the solution, right? Then I want to, again, evoke their thinking. You know, why should somebody choose you over the next person that does what you do? So you are what you attract. And then I go into a story. I go into a story about how I lost a $100,000 deal. See, people love those war stories. They want to know how you screwed up. People are attracted to weaknesses. For whatever reason, they are attracted to weaknesses. So show them that. Don't be afraid to share that. That's what's really going to make you real and humanize your brand. So that is one of the biggest takeaways I want you to get when you're doing webinars, is to really share those war stories, because that's what they're there for. They really want to learn from your mistakes. And as a teacher, advisor, and mentor, that's what you're there for to do. Okay. So then I want to share with them sort of how I revamped my entire brand. So now I'm showcasing how I'm a practitioner of what it is that I actually do. So here I'm showcasing my business and how I redid it completely from scratch and how we leveled everything up. So then I go into some more teaching, what makes you unique. Like this guy, again, you want to bring humor into this as much as possible, because it's just going to making it more entertaining, right? So there's 3 ways to really captivate your audience. It's educate, inspire, and entertain. So doing those three things all in one, home run, home run. So that's what we're doing there. So then I go into some more teaching. Again, being super, super valuable. So many people are, you know, the market has been completely saturated with these people that are doing webinars and I'll get you $1 million in 12 days. And people are just so over that now. So you got to give them the real deal, right? You got to give them something that they can walk away with and actually implement, right? Whether or not they move forward with your product or service or whatever you're pitching at the end. And I'll get to there in a second. But again, we go into some teaching and I really start to lay out some story and how this is a perfect example. So this image cues me to talk about how I had a horrible client and it was a horrible experience and it was partially my fault and how I explained that how it was my fault and how I got over it and how I overcame it and how it made me a better entrepreneur and a better business owner and a better business overall, right? Again, sharing those stories, right? People forget what you say or do, but they never forget how they make you feel. So, so true. Then I go into, again, just laying down those one-liners that really make them think. And then again, you want to show them some more social proof at the end because they're going to remember whatever you say to them last is what they're going to remember the most. So I want to leave them with a social proof, again, showcasing some credibility. And here's a 50% deposit for a brand development project that I got last year, right? So this is how we leave them, right? And then we basically tell them, follow me on social. And what I do verbally, okay, what I do verbally is I prompt them to book a consultation with me, okay? And that's the call to action. So you want to leave them with one call to action, whether it's come, here's a link to book a call on my calendar, whatever the case may be, or you have a webinar that actually sells something. So this is a lead gen. I don't want to pop them with a sale right away because they have no idea who I am. I just want to build rapport. I want them to get them on. I want to get them on my email list and I want to begin to nurture the relationship. Okay. That is what goes into a great webinar presentation. This goes about 42 minutes and it's done, right? And it's evergreen. So it's recorded on YouTube. What I would highly recommend you do if you're new to webinars is that you do these live. I know that sounds freaky and scary and you think that nobody's going to show up. I'm telling you, just start to do it. I've done many, many webinars live in front of an audience and before I got it to a evergreen or auto webinar, what they call it, automated webinar. So it took a few months to get here, but these are the elements that you need to create a great webinar presentation. So hope you got some value out of this one, guys. Drop some comments below. If you have additional questions, I want to hear them. I want to answer them, and I want to get you the answers you need to really build a profitable and reputable brand that you're proud to promote. So that's all I got for today, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you found this video valuable. If you know a friend that could benefit from this video, please share it. Please share it. And I'd be happy, again, to answer any questions that you may have moving forward. So have an amazing day, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one soon. Take care.